Hi guys, welcome into the actor's vlog. How are you today? I hope you're doing very well. If you like to follow me on TikTok, here you can see my ID. I changed it a little bit because in the beginning I had my name and a surname, but when I was watching some tutorials for that, they said it's good to make easy nickname for TikTok. So I thought my surname is a little bit difficult at the moment, so I will put this. So it Evelina, you can see here. Go for it if you like to see what I'm doing there, and I will definitely follow you back as well. So let's do this. And today we're gonna talk about application for the phone, and that application is called Camera 8mm. It's a very cool application to make the films, short films, in a sort of old Hollywood style. The application is very cool because it works very well with your phone. You can also edit everything there. So exact name of the application is 8mm vintage camera. You can buy this in an Apple store. I think it's also available on Android, but I'm not 100% sure, but 100% for the products from Apple, so iPhones and iPads as well. The cost is approximately, I think, £10.99, so £10.99. You can purchase, of course, from the store, and you can use it to make your own short films. But in this vintage style. I think it's a very great application if you would like to start and see if the filming is something for you or not, because it's not expensive. It can work on your phone, so you don't need to buy the very expensive equipment, and you can check yourself. But also, as we know from the previously episodes and from many previously information, many directors already proved that you can make a film, even full film, just using your cell phone. So now everything is possible. I'm using this application for quite a long time already. Previously I was always using this application for kind of like recording my self-tapes, but just recently I made the short film, and you can see a little video just right here now. This is like a little, shot you can see now, and if you like to see the full version, just have a look there. Short film is called Window. And again, this short film gonna be in two language versions, so in English and Polish. So in English is called Window, in Polish is called OKNO. But this is exactly the same thing. So with this lovely application, like I said, you have a few different setups. So you have a few different filters, so you can film, for example, with 70s filter. You can also have a Sakura, you can have X Pro or Noir, so very old sort of kind of, like French style of shooting. You can have a 60s, also Peta, Indigo, 2Scan, 2 colors, 2 stripe, 3X, Sienna, 1920, so beginning of the Hollywood cinema, if you like to shoot that way. And as I mentioned before, you can also edit with this software, with this application. You can add their name of the film, you can add their credits, and also you can flip the camera, so you can shoot as normal, so using your phone that way, or if you're shooting yourself because you're a one-man film crew and actor as well, you can flip the screen and basically shoot yourself. You're not gonna see this here, but you're gonna see this here now. You can see we're shooting everything what is in front of us. So now I'm shooting you, and now I'm shooting myself.
So I told her if she wants my money, She's gonna have to be real funny. You get it? Real funny.
I get it.
Oh man, you are a hoot, Kyle. Thank you so much for the new car. My wife is gonna love it.
No problem, Mr. Kelly. It was my pleasure.
This young man helped me with the new car. This is Kyle.
You a cop?
I ain't no cop, man.
No. You ain't a cop.
He went down a dark path more than once. Why someone would want to follow that father of all lies, the deceiver of mankind, is beyond me. I do know one thing, though. When you dine with the devil, you'll end up paying the tab.
I'm excited about everything that's
Why don't you
going
check the lint trap, you weirdo?
Must be a communist. Ah! Medical alert! Medical alert! Ah! Medical alert! All right, folks, I got some bad news. The cameraman quit. Apparently he feels endangered, but the danger's already over. I don't get it.
No comment.
These people are driving me crazy. I gotta get out of here. All right, folks, well, another one bites the dust. Just lost another cameraman.
No comment.
I know.
We have states' rights, and those include our rights to do our work, our leisure, and our worship in facilities separate but equal to those from different races, in particular so the Negro race. And as a proud senator of this great state,
Guys, today another guest. This time we have Brian T. Shirley from US. Hi Brian, how are you? I hope you're well, and as always, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Hello folks, I'm actor and comedian Brian T. Shirley, and I'm happy to be here on Ualina's Actress Vlog. I'll tell you about myself. I'm originally from Marietta, Georgia, but I live now in Charleston, South Carolina. I've been living here for about 35 years.
For how long you're acting?
I guess you could say professionally, I've been acting for about 7 years or so, thereabouts. But my entertainment career goes much further back. I've actually been doing stand-up comedy for over 25 years. So you can take that with a grain of salt. So if you want to say just acting, I would say about 7 years.
Can you tell me, have you ever went to acting university? If yes, can you tell us a little bit more about this and maybe recommend the school?
I did not study acting at a university. Although when I started doing stand-up, I did a stand-up comedy workshop. Very strict. We had to come up with our own 5 minutes of original material and present that to the class because we were in a workshop. And we also had to do that before we could even go on stage. So you had to be there at least a month. You had to present your 5 minutes in front of the class, and you had to do all that before you could even get on stage. And I also was in an improv group. So I took improv classes, and then we formed our own troupe, and we actually had our own night at the comedy club. We built this thing up pretty good. So Sunday nights, our improv group would perform. This took about a couple of years of being in the workshop. And then I forgot how long we performed, maybe for several months to a year. We had our own night.
What was your favorite thing about study acting?
Now that I've gotten into more of the study of acting, which I do some online stuff, I've taken some classes from my agent and other actors. I think the process of becoming the character is my favorite part, because I've already done that, so I'm learning even more. Because when I did stand-up and still do stand-up, I have characters in my act that I do, and I've developed characters that I do now in sketch comedy videos. So I've created my own content, and the process, which you learn as you go with this and anything else, but the process of getting into those characters and just letting everything else go is my biggest continuation of study into acting, and I'll never stop that part of it. I always will try to improve on bringing a character to the stage, to the screen, however I'm doing it.
Can you tell me why you decided to become an actor? What was the reason? Maybe you have some sort of influence, maybe some life situation.
Well, I think lately I became an actor because I was trying to help my comedy career, but originally I wanted to be an actor before I even started doing stand-up. It's just the way my life went and was going at that time. I started doing stand-up and kind of put acting to the side, but to me, I was really doing acting all along, just because I don't just deliver jokes. As I said, I also do characters and things in my show. So now, lately, it's gotten to be where I'm just seriously pursuing it because A, I wanted to help my comedy career, and B, I've really gotten into acting, getting into character, and creating roles. I mean, that's what we do. That's the essence of what it is. To help push the story along, you have to develop a character that's real, and you have to adhere to what the director's vision is to that project. And I just love that process. I love the creative energy around a film or a TV series or a stage production, whatever it is. That creative process is what I live for.
Okay, now it's a very difficult question. Do you have any sort of plans of changing your career for something completely different than acting? If for example, let's say for the next 10 years, nothing gonna happen, nothing big gonna happen.
No, I think in the next 10 years and even more, I'm 52 now, so you know, I plan to do this till I die, to be honest. The thing to me is in between, if you're not getting parts and you're not getting work, you have to have other things to survive to begin with, which is my entertainment. I do stand-up, I sometimes I DJ, sometimes I host trivia. I've become a brand ambassador for wine tastings. So, you know, you do that, and then with the acting, if you're not in somebody else's project, I create my own. I do, I've come up with a character called Tom Montango, which I've been doing a short news parody with him. We're doing a short film, our second in a series, but third serious thing that we've done is called Ancient Socks, and there's a couple of characters I've created for that. So I think in 10 years, I just want to be at a higher level. That's my goal, and I don't see a change of career, no, because I'm in it for life, and that's me. I'm just total entertainment.
What is the biggest acting achievement so far?
You know, that's a weird question about achievement, only because people have different, you know, opinions on achievement. You know, is it a big money gig? Is it a big gig that a lot of people saw, you know, or film or whatever? So it's kind of hard to answer that question. I think if I'm answering it from somebody else's point of view, probably my biggest achievement is I was in a music video for the Grammy award-winning band Ranky Tanky. They just won it in January of 2020. They just won the Grammy, and I played a bill collector, and I got a credited part in their video, and it's got 54,000 views on YouTube. So and then I also did a TV commercial that was up in the northeast of the United States, so I'm sure that got a lot of views. So when you're talking about achievements, that's on that level. But to me, I think my biggest achievement is just to continue putting creative stuff out, and I seem to be, inching up, ratcheting up the quality, the way I act, everything seems to be getting better and better. So I think my best achievement to me is to persevere and continue, because as y'all know, if you don't, it's a tough industry. So I was already in a tough industry doing stand-up, and then I chose acting, and now I'm in two tough industries at the same time. So I think my biggest achievement is perseverance.
Your favorite actor or actress?
Favorite actors. I'm old school a little bit there's new actors I like too. I actually was doing background in a show called OBX, and which Outer Banks, which is on Netflix right now, and I actually got to do a scene which didn't make the cut. It's on the floor somewhere, but with Charles Eston, who plays the rich guy in the film or in the series, and really watch some of his stuff, and I like what he does. That's on the newer side. I mean, he's about my age, but I like old school. Ernest Borgnine was one of my favorite actors, just because I think that's what I want to do, is be a character actor. I'd like to emulate his career, because he could play the good guy, he could play the bad guy, he could be light and fun, or he could be dark. He ran the gamut. He was the everyman. He was the anti-hero in the Wild Bunch. They're a bunch of bad guys, but he's very likable in it. So Jack Palance is another one of my favorite actors. He was another guy that usually played the baddie, but or the heavy, but he could be fun too. He had his lighter moments on film, and he was very unique too. He had a unique look and a unique voice. So those are, Lance Henriksen is another one. I always, I'm just not, I like the leading actors. I mean, there's some leading actors I like, but I always like the character actors, I mean, I don't know why, but I always lean towards those guys. I think if you're a character actor, you've got a great shot at a long career, because if you're a lead, you got to stay a lead sometimes, but there's some guys that will jump back and forth. Robert De Niro, a lot of people may not know, he's more known for the lead, but he's come back sometimes and played a side character, like in Jackie Brown. He wasn't the lead in that by any stretch. So, I can respect guys that do that. And speaking of Jackie Brown, Robert Forster is another one who unfortunately recently passed away. I think it was last year. And I like what he says. He actually taught classes. Here's a guy that had a long career, started off up here, and then, he hit that valley and then came back up with Jackie Brown, and then after that he started doing some other things. And this is not from me. Robert Forster, here's what he says about acting. He says, there's that many actors, that many jobs. And that sums it all up. You've got to be on, you've got to be on your best, you got to be on your toes. You got to know people. You got to be at the right place at the right time. You've got to stick it out more than other folks. I mean, there's so much you got to do to be successful.
Okay, and the last question for today is, what is your plans for the rest of the year?
The rest of 2020, as you know, this virus and pandemic has really put a dent in entertainment. However, the rest of the year, there's some film projects that had to get pushed to the side, not mine, but other people's, that I'm in this P Train. I play the manager of a very well-known pop star in P Train. Hopefully get to finish filming that. We haven't started, but we've done some rehearsals with that. And then there's another one called Life with Darby, which is a drama, and I play the boyfriend of a lady whose son has some mental issues. And that we haven't even done a read through or anything yet, so hoping that one gets filmed. Also, there's let's see. Sorry, I'm drawing a blank. There's a film that I just shot my scenes for that I'm finished. I already did my scenes, but I think they got to do a few more, and that's called Treasure Box, and hopefully that's coming out this year too, maybe in November, but I've already shot mine, and I don't know how much they have to have shot. Mark of the Butterfly is completely finished, and we're hoping that the film is out this month. He's already put out a couple of trailers. It's called Mark the Butterfly, and I play a crooked real estate mogul in that one. Also, I've got my own projects, like I said, CPR News, that I'm going to continue, I guess, putting those out. It's one of those, we'll just see how long, I do it. And then Ancient Socks, we're working on getting that thing out right now. And then there's some projects I worked on a director with that he's making I did a pilot called The Third Party, and he's got another film that he's doing called Chucktown Blues. He said, I've got a couple of roles for you, Brian. I haven't seen the roles. I haven't got the sides or anything. So I'm just waiting to see where that goes. But yeah, it's looking good. I think as soon as everything gets back to normal or semi-normal, a lot of us will get back to these projects. But I'll tell you what, if you don't have any projects, create your own. Do your own content, such as this blog that Ulina is doing. I think that's fantastic that she's wanting to do this, and it's a way for her to keep her name out there and also help folks like me get out there. But I appreciate being on here, and y'all look for me in Mark of the Butterfly and Treasure Box, P Train, and maybe Chucktown Blues. We'll see. Also, Ancient Socks, and you can Facebook, Quarantined Comics on YouTube. You can see CPR News, and they're only a minute, so if you want to laugh, there you go. I'm Brian T. Shirley. Check me out at brianTshirley.com, and thanks so much for having me.
Thank you very much, Brian. I'm very happy that you decide to join us here and you answer my questions. And also I will tell you guys that Brian gonna sit on our poem chair. So Brian, poem chair.
Okay, here's my poem for the vlog. It's a poem called The Bee. This is an original work. The Bee, I wrote it when I started doing stand-up many years ago. We went to a poetry reading, and we would go every once in a while, and I would write all these crazy poems and actually get up and do them, to the chagrin of the serious poem people there. So anyway, The Bee by me, Brian T. Shirley. See, that rhymes. A flower's beauty is easy to see as its petals reach out like the branches of a tree. Try to gently pluck one and whoa, there's a bee. Ouch! He stung me. Damn bee. The end. Thank you.
Thank you, Brian. That was great. Thank you very so much again for your presence here, for taking your time, for giving us yourself and being here. So, okay guys, that's gonna be all for today. As always, I'm gonna say I hope you're gonna have great Sunday and then next week. And again guys, thumbs up if you like. If you don't, thumbs down. Leave us comments, more comments. We're waiting for your comments. And ring that bell if you like. Ring that bell if you like. Ring that bell. And see you next week. Bye. Ciao.